What's up, people? In Columbia, South Carolina, former President Donald Trump made some points about President Joe Biden about Black people. I wrote clips.
Really has proven to be a very nasty and vicious racist. He's been a racist. Whether you like it or don't like it, I happen not to like it. Most of the people in this room happen to not like it. And if somebody does like it, they're not supposed to be here. Biden spent years palling around with notorious segregationists. You know that. He boasted that his home state was a slave state. He was very proud of that. He thought it was great. If you go back and look at his body language and the way he said it, he was very proud of it. He said that he didn't want his children to grow up in a, quote, racial jungle. I don't want my children in a racial jungle. Joe Biden drafted the 1994 crime bill, which caused unfair sentencing disparities that devastated the black community, black families. Cory Booker called Biden the architect of mass incarceration. Remember this. It was a time when Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden were talking about predators and super predators. You heard that. This is a hell of a lot more of a speech than you thought you were going to get, isn't it, huh? They thought we'd be boring them. We'd give a little quick, boring speech, but it's called Let's Tell It Like It Is, right? And then years later, tell it like it is. Thank you very much. I just want to tell the truth. Remember Howard Cosell? I just tell it like it is. It ended up getting him fired, but these are my words. And then years later, in an act of stolen valor, Crooked Joe had the nerve to falsely portray himself as a hero of the civil rights movement, which was so false. And then he said that if African Americans didn't vote for him, you ain't black. Now that one's been so recent, I didn't even want to. But he did say that. A lot of people were surprised. He did say that. But that one's so recent, I didn't even want to put it in. We had to go back to the real stuff. But he did say that. I was a little surprised to see it. I'm sure you were too. Unlike racist Joe Biden, I've spent my entire life working hand in hand with black Americans to create jobs, build buildings, invest in our communities, and expand opportunity and freedom.
If at a job, a coworker or supervisor told you you could not use the phone at work, does it mean that he or she doesn't do the same thing? No. Likewise, just because Biden and the other Democrats label Trump as racist and condemn white supremacy doesn't mean they are not racists. Are diverse and all the same thing? No. Biden may condemn Trump as a racist, but he too is a white supremacist. He did things against the black community before he was elected. Blacks were instrumental in him dethroning Trump, yet he still treats blacks as garbage. He signed a bill for Asians. He also devised a plan to protect Jewish people. He signed a bill to protect the LGBT community. He did something for women as well. But what about the black community? Nothing. He and the other Democrats have already proved that being black or pro-black is not the same thing as being feminist or a woman, being LGBT or pro-LGBT, and so on. The last thing that Biden will ever think of doing is something for the black community. The Democrats and the Republicans are on the same page. Trump may be disliked by the Democrats and even the people of his own party. However, less blacks were killed racially during his term than they have been during Biden's term already. If Trump is selfish and he doesn't care about the USA, then I am all for him returning to the White House because the Democrats are never democratic to blacks. I'd rather have a dictator than have any of the so called Democrats as a president. Done talking.